honestly, the one who gave me probably the best advice so far is Raj.
Oh,
You know.
awesome. That's everyone. Today I have a special mentee because this mentee was the first mentee that took my companion mentorship, which is a new mentorship that I'm offering, which is different from my action boarding and my 10-week story mentorship. And I'm really excited because I really want him to share his experience with you. So, allow me to introduce you to Nushi. Nushi, could you just quickly just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what kind of artist you are, you know, your goals and stuff like that?
Yeah. All right. So I'm Nushi. I'm a storyboard artist from was it California. Uh, went to Art Center College of Design. And yeah, I mean, my goal is to get into the industry. And I mean, honestly, the one who gave me probably the best advice so far is Raj.
Oh,
You know.
awesome. That's good to hear. So first of all, Nushi, I
Mhm.
wanna ask you, like, I have no testimonials for this mentorship. I don't really have like any proof of any students like succeeding because of this mentorship or anything. Why did you kind of like say I'm gonna go with this mentorship? Because before you answer, because this mentorship, I specifically say I don't teach like anything about storyboarding, but I kind of
Mhm.
just work with you on a project that
Yeah.
you wanna. Why did you choose this
Yeah.
one?
So I chose this one specifically because, to be honest, I knew my life was going to be pretty hectic.
Yeah.
And I knew, going in, I had stories and capability, but I wanted to really kind of get into the nitty gritty of like, what do I need to know? Like, what do I need to learn? Like to like be better. What was the specific directions of things I had to focus on to be better? I've had a lot of friends in the industry, and I've had a lot of other mentors that said, "Oh yeah, no, you have the chops to be in story like a storyboard artist. You have the chops to do this." And I always wondered like, well, why am I not getting the work? I was always confused. On our first meeting, actually, you pointed out a lot of stuff about my portfolio that no other industry professional or mentor had like pointed out.
Yeah.
A lot of there has to be a lot more like storytelling visually in my portfolio.
Yeah.
Like that blew my mind, even though it's something that's sort of intrinsically obvious.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things that just can escape you.
Yeah.
I'm confident in a lot of like my own technical skill and stuff like that, but I needed something, and I think with this program, you gave me that something I needed.
That's awesome, man. So we kind of worked on a project that was 100% your original idea, like over the 5 weeks, right? And
Mhm.
initially, you know, it started one way and kind of developed into like kind of something totally different, right? So if you
Mhm.
had to kind of like describe the process of working with me to kind of develop the story, how would you kind of like describe that process?
Well, I would say it was straight to the point, which
Yeah,
again, I'm somebody who can be very distracted. Can be somebody who's very hyper detail oriented. And I really needed somebody to sort of be like, no, let's focus on this story and this storytelling and keep on going with this direction, rather than me sort of getting lost in the weeds. So having you as a guide really made me sort of be like, okay, yeah, let's focus on that.
yeah,
It's able to give me sort of the macro view rather than the micro view
yeah, yeah.
of a story. So, which I think a lot more people need.
Awesome, awesome. And I would definitely like to like assume that you really enjoyed it because even though we didn't like finish the entire sequence, you still wanna continue on and
Yeah.
work on it, right? So for those of you who don't know, this is the only mentorship that is customizable. So if you want one extra session, you could pay for it. If you want five more, you could pay for it. And Nushi kind of decided that he really wants to kind of finish off the sequence with me, right? Even though he could probably do it by himself, based on the advice I kind of gave him and stuff. He kind of wants to continue working with me. So Nushi, the next question I want to ask you is, did you feel a difference in working with me more as like a companion and as a professional
Mhm.
than as a teacher? And did you find that more useful to have me more feel like a co-worker instead of a teacher?
Yeah, I personally found it more useful. It's the reason I found it more useful was just like, I don't know, it felt more fun rather than work,
Yeah,
and like the value I get is just kind of more of like we're enjoying telling like the story, we're enjoying working on the story, and that is just a lot of fun. And when you're learning and having fun, the lessons stick with you harder.
yeah,
So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm like, you know what, I just needed to do this with somebody like I highly respect. So, like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. Because you were actually telling me that how um, sometimes when you're by yourself, you don't really have the passion, I guess, or the energy to work on your projects. But somehow, when you're at least with one person in the room or like something, you might like have more, and that's personally for you. But you felt
yeah,
as though like I should do this. I should keep practicing the things that I previously learned and stuff like that, which is super awesome. This is exactly why I wanted to create a mentorship, like specifically this, because I believe you took like a bunch of different classes from
yeah,
different teachers, right? So one thing you'll realize is that in some way or the other, we kind of teach the same things over and over and over again,
100%.
right?
Yeah,
So even if you took my other mentorship, you probably 90% of the stuff may have been just regurgitated to you, right? Whereas in
yeah,
this one, we kind of just like, hey, let's just work on this project, you know? And if you
yeah,
happen to not know something, I'll just kind of like show you and I'll tell you why, kind of thing,
exactly.
which was kind of super awesome. And I personally felt like really relaxed and just like, we could just meet every week and just work on your project and like I'm just like consulting with you and like helping you develop the story, which I love stories. So it doesn't matter like if we're just talking like for like an hour just about like what is the story about. It just felt like fun.
Yeah,
So this has actually become one of my favorite mentorships that I offer, and I would love for more people to take it. So hopefully, this testimonial that you're sharing with everyone kind of maybe can help them if they're on the fence, make a
yeah,
decision, right?
yeah. No, I'm
Yeah,
happy to hear that too from my side.
yeah,
You
awesome, man.
know,
So maybe the last question I want to ask you before I let you go
Mhm.
is, um, who would you recommend take this? Like, who would you, in terms of their art journey, who would you see benefiting the most from this particular mentorship?
I would say like if you're somebody who's like if you've tried everything, if you've it's hard because there's so many people it could apply
Yeah,
for. Like if you have a personal project and you're just something feels off, like going through getting this program would be great for you. Like if you're again, if you need somebody to keep you responsible and like on top of it or keep you on track, again, this program's perfect for that. Let's see, there's just like a lot, honestly, because it could help people who are also in the industry who just kind of are like, yeah, I just want to, you know, work on something and really make sure it hits like,
yeah,
hits the way that I want it to feel. So again, like you're also foreign eyes that can like help with like a project,
yeah, yeah,
and like working and starting out with that could be a lot more value rather than like finishing the whole thing and then somebody being like, okay, that was good.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and then we also do talk a lot about like the impact of like moments and scenes and like again macro and micro. And I think that's something that like is really important that I don't really see in a lot of boards.
yeah,
Um, and so I mean that's how I feel.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's who I am, people.
That's awesome, man. Thank you, Nushi, for sharing your experience. I'll probably, for those of you who are watching, if you want to see like Nushi's work, I'll probably put like a link to his Instagram or his LinkedIn or his website, so you could actually go and look at his work. Um, Nushi, I look forward to continue like developing your project with you as we
Yeah,
continue to work together. So that's awesome. For those of
I can't
you,
wait to show. Oh, so sorry.
no, 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 that's fine.
I was gonna
Um,
say I can't wait to show them the project that we worked on together.
yeah, awesome, man.
You know,
For
get
those of
that
you
done
who
sooner than later.
are watching and you're like maybe after watching this you think this might be the right mentorship for you, or maybe even if like you're undecided, I do offer a free consultation call so that we could talk about like where you are, where you want to be, and which mentorship is the right one for you to take at this time, right? So if you're interested, direct message me and we can have a call, right? Again, Nushi, thank you so much for sharing your experience, and I hope wish you good luck in the future with working with me or with other projects and
Yeah,
things like that, right?
yeah.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you with the next one. Bye bye.
See ya. Bye.